Hi everyone, Heather here, Lady Self-Care, along with Dr. Gary Lindner, physiologist and the self-care doc. And welcome back to another self-care bite. Today we're going to be tackling a question that I've seen a lot out on the internet, and that we actually get a lot of times too. It's a lot of people are actually getting the right amount of sleep, which we recommend. How much sleep?
8 hours.
At least 8 hours a night, but they still wake up tired. So what could possibly be going on there, Dr. Lindner?
Well, usually if that's the case, in lieu of any pathophysiology or health challenges that are preventing sleep, it's because they aren't going through our complete cycles. We have 5 stages of sleep, and we need to go through 5 repetitions of those cycles. And so it's an interrupted sleep, and many times that's why they're not feeling well rested. Sleep's kind of a funny thing, and it's a personal thing too, and we recommend 8 hours of sleep, but you can get too much sleep too.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's because you're really, if you're going through an extra cycle, and many times it's people wake up, or that alarm goes off during the REM cycle, the rapid eye movement stage, they'll wake up feeling tired as well.
Yeah.
So a good way to kind of do that is sleep some, maybe 7.5 hours is good for you, or maybe 8 hours and 15 minutes. And a good way to test that is if you're waking up a few minutes before your alarm goes off. Then you've really probably had a pretty good night's sleep. So you can just kind of adjust that a few minutes either way or whatever till you find what I like to call your sweet spot for sleep.
Mm-hmm. So we live in a wellness home and advocate for some natural sleep kind of products that we have. What would you recommend to help a person that does keep waking up and they're not going through the 5 cycles?
Well, we wake up for different reasons. We're too hot, we're too cold, we feel uncomfortable, we toss and turn. Our head's too hot and we move the pillow. We may have some breathing issues and need a little support. So what I highly recommend is the Nature Sleep System. And you can hear more about that on a pretty short video we did a couple weeks ago. Sleep Matters
Sleep
on our
Matters.
YouTube
I'll put
channel.
a link to that.
Okay.
We also have on our self-care hub, we have what we call the self-care journal. I think the picture might be reversed in this, but I'll put a link to that as well. And you can kind of log activities you're doing before you go to sleep and whether or not you had a restful sleep that night, and it might pinpoint some things that you could change. So we want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on our next Self-Care Bite.